Welcome again to the lair. I got a brand new figure to review for you guys. This is Muckman, the Super 7 Ninja Turtles Muckman from Series 4. This series includes Donatello. Um, Trying to think who else it includes. Includes Muckman. Uh, Casey Jones is another one it includes, and I forget the fourth one. Yeah, I forget the fourth one. I pick and choose from these guys because my brother's a huge Ninja Turtles fans, and he gets mad at me if I uh, if I advance and collect more of these. I do really like these Super 7 Turtles. I like them way better than NECA's. I think that this is just where the money is. I think they're way more durable. I think they fit in with other figures a lot better. Um, I do buy some NECA Ninja Turtle stuff. Don't have very many right now, but as I do the comparisons, I'll end up showing you which ones I got. Um, all right, on to the figure. This guy is incredibly well sculpted. Uh, he's got this little eyeball Joe creature. Um, uh, Really interesting. Um, there's a interesting thing about this is there's a there's a comic series from Heavy Metal Magazine that actually has like slug guys that look exactly like this. It's pretty bizarre. They've had I don't know what the series is called, but they they have them that look exactly like this. So, and Ninja Turtles kind of started out as like a heavy metal property, so to speak. You know, there's Kevin Eastman who took over heavy metal. So, and then Simon Beasley also did a lot of the artwork for Ninja Turtles, but it's not quite there because Ninja Turtles is owned by Mirage. But I haven't really read the comics too much, so I'm definitely not an expert on those. So don't quote me. But I do know that Ninja Turtles has a big part of Heavy Metal Magazine to do with it. Um, so this is the figure. It's a great figure. It's huge. Um, it's bulky. Tons and tons of detail. Uh, just everywhere. Even got the name tag. I can't really get the name tag to focus, but you can see it's there. Um, yeah, just a pile of trash, man. Um, and this is odd too because like I kind of picture this guy not really being in New York City, even though New York City is like synonymous with trash. I picture him being in more of a southern big city of the country, like L.A. or Las Vegas or uh, New Orleans or Atlanta or something. I don't even know why. Um, I think it's because those cities have a tendency to be pretty grimy, and it's hotter in those areas, so the trash is probably a lot nastier. But yet again, New Yorkers will probably brag all day to you how grimy and gross their trash is. Uh, I'll go over more of this figure. He came with like two sets of hands. He's got this hand, which is really, really cool. That kind of shows the guck and everything. Uh, like just covering his hands and just, kind of just like leaving there like a strain of mucus. He's got bugs all over him. Got, uh, on this side, he's got like mushrooms growing on him. Got a bone exposed arm. And apparently, this guy's a good guy, which is weird because he looks so grotesque. So, yeah. There's not very many reviews of this put up right now. The other review that I would recommend is Toy Bro. He does a great in depth review on this guy. He talks about how, like, if you have the slime from the NECA one, the NECA version, um, then the slime you can actually use with this figure. You can actually put it in the trash can, um, and you can also take this cover off. I'm not going to take the cover off now, but you can take this head cover off just like you can with the vintage one, and then pour the slime into it. So wherever you can find slime, maybe at a dollar store, maybe along with the NECA Muckman, you could probably get that. All right, let's do some comparisons with them. Okay, here's my first comparison, which is the McFarlane uh, Toys Heap figure. I figured it would be fitting to compare him alongside this figure, um, because this is another very big figure, and it's also another figure just made out of trash. Although this guy is a lot more grotesque and gnarly. And I say more grotesque because Muckman is supposed to be cartoonish, as to where this guy's supposed to be disgusting and just awful. So, and pretty interesting. He's got like these little bits of glass in him, so he's very weird to hold, because like the glass almost kind of feels like real glass when you're holding it. It just feels nasty. Like there's little like bits of paper actually stuck onto him. So yeah, this guy's um, a perfect comparison to Muckman. Moving on to some other comparisons. And we have the vintage comparison. I bought this guy incomplete a long time ago. I want to say about like 5 years ago. I was getting into vintage Ninja Turtles, and that was primarily just because of the fact that I always liked turtles, but like there would be periods of time where I would just go in and out of it all the time. But the reason why I got back into it was because I realized how big it was with Heavy Metal Magazine, and then so I would go down to this local thrift store slash antique mall slash venue place, and they would have a bunch of these Ninja Turtle figures. Most were incomplete, and then were most most but there was actually no, most were incomplete, but there was a handful of them that were complete at least. And if they were incomplete, at least there was also another handful of them that had the accessories that you need. Shout out, if you're ever here in Omaha, Nebraska, it's a place called Imaginarium. They got about, like, I want to say 3 stores, and they specialize in, like, they mostly just specialize in toys. But if you're ever in Omaha, go downtown, check them out. They're a pretty good store. They always got stuff in. The friendly people as well, so I highly recommend them. As you can see, the huge comparison. See, this is what I think is so great about the Super 7 Turtles is they're working on the vintage toys, and I think the vintage toys are just amazing. They're awesome. Like when I was a kid and I found out about these, I didn't care that they didn't look like the cartoon. I thought they looked cooler than the cartoon. So, you know, I thought these were just the best representation of the Ninja Turtles and the other characters that were in the Ninja Turtles. Here's Eyeball Joe with his smaller companion. I at least found Eyeball Joe at this place. He was in like a separate bag, and I talked him into giving him away for me as a freebie with their vintage Muckman. So yeah, some great stuff, guys. Uh, I didn't. I realized I didn't really talk too much about his gun, but he's got this cool gun that is made out of like Coke bottles and stuff. Very strange, you know, kind of like a crazy homeless guy in Skid Row or something, LARPing as this weird trash swamp monster. That's what's just crazy about it. Let's move on to another comparison. Here we have him with my favorite Ninja Turtle, Donatello. Donatello wasn't always my favorite Ninja Turtle, but um, he became my favorite Ninja Turtle because I have a memory of going to KB Toys with my mom. First time I ever went to KB Toys, and and uh, and uh, this was way back in the year 2000. It was like early 2001, so it was 20 years ago, and like I had an older friend who had a bunch of these vintage Ninja Turtle figures, and at this time, Ninja Turtles were not in demand at all, um, and nobody cared about them. They were on nobody's radar, but somehow KB Toys actually had a big vinyl giant figure of Donatello, and my mom actually ended up getting that for me. I don't know how much it was at the time. I imagine it wasn't much because my mom never got me new toys very often. She would get me toys from like the Goodwill or other thrift stores all the time, but if it was from like a non-thrift store, toy store type place, then she would never bother getting it for me. I should probably go over him sometime in the future. He's a great figure. Comes with like the old school stencil with all the extra weapons and stuff like that. He's got the throwing stars, as you can see, um, and he's got like a really cool alternate head. Great, great figure. I love these. Yeah, hands down, Super 7 is great. I'm not gonna tell people not to collect the NECA ones because on occasion I will collect the NECA ones myself. But these Super 7 figures are just that's where the money's at. On to my last comparison, and that's it for the video. All right, and here's my last comparison. Him with the Shadow Foot Clan ninjas from the movie. These figures are great. These are NECA, and these are NECA Ninja Turtles that I love. I got those earlier last year, and they're awesome. Uh, they definitely made me want to get more of these like 6-inch newer style Ninja Turtles. So it kind of started out with these guys. So I love all their weapons, all their little ninja weapons. They definitely did a great job with all of them. Love his bow staff. Love how I got his sai. Interesting about sai is I noticed that a lot of times with like Ninja Turtles and other media, they want to make sais look like daggers, but they're actually blunt objects. There's just a certain way that they're supposed to be used in martial arts. Got this guy with the tonfa. Get the camera to focus. So yeah, and with all of that, you could just see how formidable this guy is. Just nobody's gonna mess with him. I mean, he doesn't even just look so imposing. He looks so insane. I mean, just something like this just would be flat out insanity. Well, that's it for my review. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep collecting.